what is channeling and how to do it. I'm going to share with you today how channeling works for me and give you guidance and direction on how to start channeling for yourself. So if you're interested in doing that, stick around. All right, so just to start out, what I've learned is that channeling comes through your physical vessel. It comes through your physical vessel. It's not going to come from external. Now you might have, like, I'm a channel and I'm sharing messages. So these channeled messages I'm sharing, but only you can discern if it's true for you, right? It's not going to come through an AI program. It's not going to come through ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT or other AI programs can share information that might be true, but you still have to discern for yourself what's true for you. But ChatGPT and other AI systems cannot connect to spirit. They cannot connect to source. They cannot connect to your higher self directly, okay? So channeling comes through your physical vessel, and it's different for everyone, meaning the information and how you receive information is going to be different depending on your clairsense, clairgifts, and how often you practice. So I do this every day. You know, I channel for clients every day. I've channeled for hundreds of people now. And so I want to share with you how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you my process. If there's any other, you know, feel free to drop your process in if you're an open channel like me. Everyone has a little bit different way that they get prepped. But for me, what I do is I get into a quiet space. I come into my office here. This office is offset from the house. I actually had, when this office was built, I painted certain things on the ground that would enhance the energy also in a positive way. So, and I have crystals and all kinds of things here. So that's separate. You don't need any of that stuff. But what I do is I sit in my chair and I get quiet and I start to purposely clear everything in my mind, and I relax my body and I close my eyes and I imagine myself. Number one, I say in my mind, I release all energy that doesn't belong to me, and I envision that leaving my body. If you want a more in-depth lesson on this, let me know, because there are other details that I'm going to stay high level here, but let me know in the comments if you want a more in-depth lesson. But I release all energy that's not mine, and I call back my own energy. And then I imagine myself, and I say in my mind with intention, I'm connecting to Gaia, and I imagine roots coming from my feet and connecting to inside of inner earth. And then I imagine the light starting at my lower spine, the base of my spine, going all the way up. And with intention, I say I connect to source, God, light. And then I surround myself with light. And I actually have one of my guides shows itself, I feel like it's a neutral / male energy, but it shows itself as a bright, vibrant blue tetrahedron, maybe. It's some type of shape. And what it does is it then envelops me with that as well. So I'm surrounded by light. I've cleared my energy, and I'm surrounded now by this beautiful light being that shows himself as a shape, or itself as a shape. And then I clear my mind, and I if I'm working with a client, I will take the information. I'll take the questions that the client has into this void, is into a space, and I allow whatever beings need to come forward to come forward. But for you, after you do all of these steps, you would then just sit and wait, and you can just sit with intention. You can ask just a simple question: what do I need to know today? And then just notice what comes in. Have a notebook handy. Notice what comes in. You might feel, hear, sense. You know, if you want, you can look up the clairsenses and see. Those are the ways you'll probably receive information. For me, I hear it here. I can hear it in a space. It's almost as if I'm like in a void somewhere and I'm hearing someone speak to me. As if I'm in a cryo chamber somewhere, and that's a whole another story for another day. But I hear it, and then I'm shown visions, very, very clear visions. Sometimes they're black and white, sometimes they're color, and those visions will give me more context to the questions I have. And most of it comes through here. I always say it comes through my heart space. It's a knowing, and sometimes I am receiving all this information, and then I have to articulate it in human words, in English. If I'm channeling for a client, but it comes through here. I see it and I hear it. Now, some people feel things. I've also felt spirits of people who have passed. I felt them. They've grabbed me, but that doesn't typically happen to me when I'm channeling. So actually, I was just reminded when I am channeling for someone and a loved one comes in who is deceased, I feel them put their hand on my left shoulder specifically. So But for you, you just want to start simple and close your eyes and just say, what is important for me to know? And do that, every day for a week or two, and note in your notebook. And the thing is the more you do it, the more you practice, the more you start to sense and realize how you receive information, okay? And then I want to share here, this is really important because I'm going to share in the next video the opposite of this, but how do you know if you're channeling the light? And how do you know when you're watching other creators who are calling themselves channels and psychics, and I think many of them are, how do you know if they're actually channeling the light and sharing messages? Okay, in the next video, I'll share with you how you know they're not. So how to know you're channeling the light? Number one, it feels peaceful and clear. It's not chaotic and urgent. There's no sense of urgency. There's no fear, okay? It's always peaceful, always. It uplifts and empowers you. It never feeds fear, anger, or judgment. You will never feel fear, okay? It's always peaceful and love. It honors free will. It never commands you. It never says, you need to move now, or avoid this tsunami, or it's never what it's going to be, because your soul chose to come here, and it uses this matrix and all of the challenges here for your own evolvement, for you to learn wisdom that you're meant to serve the collective with. And so you're never going to be warned through fear from a channel, from something that you're channeling. Okay, again, I'll go into more detail about the opposite in the next video. It will expand your understanding and brings you perspective. It doesn't cause panic, again. So it will expand your understanding. When I have clients who want to understand about their children or their parents or their partners, why were they treated the way they were when they were kids? Or why do their kids act a certain way? Or why is their partner, etc. The information that comes through is so beautiful and supportive. It helps them to see things from a different perspective, and it helps them to make decisions that align to their highest good. It's never, the information will never say it's time to leave your spouse because they treat you poorly. It's never, ever like that. It will say, well, what keeps coming up for you? What's the pattern that keeps coming up? And what do you think that's trying to show you? It's always going to empower you, okay? And then number 5, it's consistent and supportive of love and unity. It will never, ever, ever be a message that supports separation, superiority, division. For example, political or religious messages, okay? I see some people posting messages specifically about politics, and what's happening here is they're channeling that through the ego. The higher light, higher wisdom guidance is never, ever going to have a political angle, ever. If you think about it, if you believe in non-humans, you believe aliens exist, for lack of a better term. Do you think that they have red or blue? Do you think they have, do you think from a soul perspective it cares about politics? It will never, ever, ever send you a message that creates division and separation. So, and I'll leave you with this. Try it today, okay? So here's the first step. Sit quietly, clear your space, like I just explained, ground and clear your mind. Set your intention, and get into a neutral state. So get into a neutral state, so neutralize your emotions, neutralize your space, and then notice what comes in. So you can ask a question, like I said, what do I need to know today? And notice what comes in. It will be peaceful, quiet, and soft. And you might not even hear words. It might just be a feeling. Whatever it is, trust it. When I started channeling, when I started realizing that I was channeling, and it came in very strong 5-6 years ago, it started out very small, and I was being trained to trust myself, and over time it's blown up and it's incredibly potent and beautiful. And I feel so blessed for this gift, but it starts out small. So trust yourself. So try it today. Drop your questions or comments. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Do you want a deeper lesson on this? I'm happy to share it. And then try it and come back and post in the comments. I would love to see the dialogue here. We also go into this in more detail in the New Earth Collective community. Doors are open through October 31st. Come join us. It's so insane. It's so beautiful. Don't take my word for it. Go listen and watch and read testimonials from the current members on my website. And in the next video, I'll get into how you know you're not channeling the light. See you soon.